Oh, how's it going, everyone? Haven't streamed for like a month, but here I am. Today's basically gonna just be a day of just kind of getting back into the groove of things. I had a lighter week last week, took some days off. My body needed some recovery. So essentially this stream is just kind of getting back in the groove of things. I'm not really doing anything in particular in any order. I just want to get here, get some good pump in, get the blood flowing, and just work hard and see how I feel. So hope you guys like the stream. Here I go, I guess. Let me make sure this thing is up. Yeah, here. Pull up YouTube. Well, it looks like I am live, so that's good. All right, now I'm gonna start out with a little bit of biceps. We'll do some seated incline dumbbell curls. We'll start out with that. So I basically just kind of plan on, I don't know, hitting a little bit of biceps, a little triceps, some chest, maybe a little bit of shoulders. Just kind of get a good pump, get back into it and get a good feel and get the hell out of here. I don't like where this is set. We gotta raise this up one. A little too far back. That would be if I'm doing some incline chest press or something. All right. Whew. Nice little warm up here. All right. Well, apparently there's 2 people already watching. Thank you, guys. Let's see here. Got my warm-up in. I like to just kind of go right into it, at least on biceps. I don't do a lot of like garbage sets. I just do kind of one quick warm-up with the 25s. I'll go to the 30s, do a couple sets of that, see how strong I feel. If I feel like I get good power out of it, maybe we'll go up, but otherwise, no. All right. And I do actually have my stream up on my phone, so if anybody wants to comment, I should reply when I see it. I have a feeling I'm not going to move much weight today. Kind of down on my carbs. I think with incline dumbbell curls, what's more crucial than anything isn't necessarily the volume that you put in, but the quality that you do to the reps. You wanna get all the way down in that stretch, have good control all the way up, control the eccentric, and just have a good control throughout the movement. Otherwise, if you're just going heavy, throwing the weight around, you're not really doing much, honestly. When you see a lot of people just go heavy and they swing their arms like this, if you really think about it, you get the initial momentum off the bottom, and then you're swinging basically this whole movement right here. And you only get it at the bottom, and then you get it at the top on the squeeze, and that's about it. Versus if you're doing it a little bit controlled, When you go up like that, basically you get the full movement. You get the full contraction on your bicep. Whew. Gotta get my water here in a little bit. Only 2 sets in and I already need a little bit of water. Gotta walk all the way over there though. I can get off camera. I do have more reps in me, but I don't really feel like I got gas in the tank right now. The last 2 days, I kind of had a little cutback on my food intake, so I know I'm behind. I got to eat a lot tonight and catch up. Had a little bit of a setback yesterday, so I wasn't really in the exact mood to stay focused. So got to make up for that, though. Definitely always got to keep on the grind of food and making sure that I give my body enough. Whew. Yeah, go get this water. So first working set, I did a good 12 reps. Second working set 10, we'll try to get another 10 in. Maybe actually, come to think of it, I was supposed to shift my training to a little less volume, a little bit more weight. So I think actually on this set, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring it up to the 35s. I probably won't get 10 in, but 6 to 8 will be all right. I'll be good with that. I kind of found that there's like a balance on actually getting your arms to grow a little bit bigger. You want to have like a hypertrophy range where you're, doing 4 sets, 12 to 15. Do that for a while, but eventually you're gonna hit like a brick wall and it's just gonna feel really light and you're just gonna keep going through it. And you can't really add reps. You can't go past 15, up to 20. It's not really gonna create much size. So how I do it is I'll raise the weight 5 pounds, lower my repetitions, and then essentially what you do is you progressively overload into that new weight. So yeah, I mean, you might be going from 30s to 35s and your reps now go from 12 to 8. I mean, you're gonna drop down your volume, but guess what? The whole point is to do progressive overload. So the next time, hopefully, you get 9, and then maybe you can consistently do 9, and then you can get to 10, and eventually you'll get to 12. Stick around there, make sure you get good, perfect form, jump up again. It's really all it comes down to is you got to find like a good hypertrophy range, and then like kind of once you max out on that, 12 to 15, raise the weight, lower the reps. Even drop out a set, exhaust yourself, get a little bit more strength in there. And that's how you grow your arms. Also, this is my favorite workout right here. I do love the seated incline dumbbell more than anything because I feel like, no, not that I feel like, this is actually a real thing. When your arms are basically behind you and you're pulling up, you have constant tension on your bicep throughout the entire movement, and you can literally feel the work on every single rep. Versus when you're just standing here and you're going forward like this and you're bringing it forward and you're bringing it up and you're kind of using your arm a little bit into it, it keeps it a little bit more strict for you to be back and just kind of have controlled form. Try it out once, guarantee you'll love it. It's one of my favorite bicep movements. But let's go up to the 35s. All right, I don't really like how this camera's angled down. Let's angle this up a little bit. Every time I get out of frame, it just kind of only gets like half my body, so. All right. Now with this, typically what I would have done, what I should have started out with is I actually should have started out with either 25 or 30, done like 12 to 15 reps, then gone up to the 35s and done 3 working sets of like 8, but I kind of wasn't really thinking and I completely forgot where I was at with my training block, so we'll just go with this. It's all right. Really at the end of the day, making little mistakes like that isn't going to really hinder, your growth overall. So just as long as you keep coming in here and trying to progress, keep trying to work harder every single time, you'll be all right. Whew. Feels good. Whew. Feels great. Nice little swoop we got going on there. Instead of just kind of bringing it up and in, when I'm doing this, I'm kind of trying to keep it out so I get like the nice curve on the curl. And it really hits the bottom of my bicep right here. Whew. I don't know how long I'm going to have this stream on today, but I figured I'd throw it up. It's late night, dead, nobody here. Can kind of do what I want and get my voice out here. All right. Whew. Get a little bit of water in me. I will say, water, amazing during a workout. I honestly don't feel like I ever really get into it until I get a couple of these in. I get a nice little hydration. The pump comes in, feel great. Sometimes if I'm going a little bit too long, I'll have kind of a little bit of intra-workout carbs, some gummy bears, or sometimes I'll get some Carbolin, basically liquid carb drink. So anything to keep the tank full while I'm going through. Make sure those glycogen stores are up, even though you don't really deplete them. But if you train long and intense like me, after about 90 minutes, yeah, you need a little bit of carbs, especially if you're training heavy and intense. Whew. All right, last set. After this, I will do a little bit of tricep work, give the biceps a break, and we'll go do some other stuff. Whew. One more. Oh man, that's hard work here. Just doing some bicep curls. Nothing wrong with that. Whew. Once I get a nice good pump in here, I'll take off the little pump cover I got. See how I'm looking. Whew. Get my breath a little bit. Do some sets of triceps. Half the time when I'm thinking here, I can't even remember names of half of the exercises I do. Be like, I don't know. What is it called again? Overhead tricep extension? Dumbbell? I don't know. There's 5 different ways to call half the exercises anyway. Doesn't really matter what you call it, what you do. Just as long as you work hard and you put good form in. And try to get that good pump and progressive overload and all that good stuff. I know it's already had a couple people pop in. Thank you for at least coming in and checking out the stream. You guys are the reason why I'm doing this, so any support is appreciated. All right, let's warm up here. Let's do just a 25-pound dumbbell. See how this feels. Probably go up from here. These are honestly some of my favorite exercises for arms. I don't know why. I just like the feel of them, the pump. I really like it. Feels great. Go up to the 30. Been sticking around 30s for this movement lately. God, these forearms. I swear, that's one thing that I like. It's one thing to get all the muscles, but you can literally see the movement in your forearms. Oh man, all this stuff developed this year. Never used to look like that. I've always had the veins, but on the backside, all this detail. I never thought I would think my forearms would look that cool. I don't know if the video really does justice, but you can kind of see all the detail there. You can see the muscles move literally just with my fingers. That's a low body fat for you. See, even this feels light. We'll go up from here. I'll do 10. We'll go up. Whew. You know, I just realized I've done like 3 streams And pretty sure all 3 of them have been arms. I don't know why. Probably just because whenever I feel like doing this, I feel like kind of doing like the most comfortable, exercises that I can do, which obviously, arms are like the best. Arms and chest. Everybody likes arms and chest, right? Whew. I got 12 ounces of water down. Gotta go fill that bad boy back up. After this set, we'll see how the arm pump is looking. Whew. Looking juicy. I have a feeling I'm gonna look a little bit lean today. No, I didn't lose muscle in 2 days, but I definitely probably lost a lot of water weight, and I'll probably look really lean. Time's pretty good there. I just started going up to the 35s. Normally I was just doing 30s, but I'm feeling pretty strong, feeling good, so we can stick with this. Whew. All right. Gotta reset up this mic on my stringer now. Probably just clip it on. Whew. See how this pump looks? Oh. And kind of juicy. You see a little bit of those striations there. The feathering on the tricep. Oh yeah, I'm liking it. I'm good with that. It's funny, arms feel and look tiny, but I know I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. Pretty confident today. It's just you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, man, I just want them to be, ooh. Everybody always wants more. Bigger XC is kind of a big deal. We'll do 2 more sets of this. I think maybe we'll do some behind the back cable curls, and then probably some tricep rope push downs and overhead tricep rope extensions. See, it takes me a little bit to think of that. I don't know why. Little brain farts all the time, Whew. I'll have to say, when doing that, the most crucial part of doing most of your exercises isn't just actually doing it and going like this and go, oh, yeah. It's literally trying to hold it as steady and in good form as you possibly can. Feel that curvature. And just get good activation on the muscles when you do it. I think a lot of people ignore that part, you know, when they're trying to do movements. You know, they'll go heavy, they'll ego lift, and they'll use your body with momentum, but it's not like that. That's not what actually gets you to grow. What gets you to grow is having control through the entire movement. What did Kai Green say? It was, he'll never call himself a weightlifter, because his whole philosophy is how you move the weight. I mean, essentially what you're doing is moving the weight from point A to point B as efficiently as possible. Let's try to get the maximum growth. So sometimes when you slow down the pace too, when you're going through the movement, it helps a lot more too. If you try to just go fast and use momentum and just get through it, you're not really getting that mind-muscle connection. Whew. Ooh. May not be looking too full, too big, but I'm definitely feeling pretty lean. Not really too upset about how my arms look. Definitely got some growth from them in the last couple of months. They've made progress. I'm pretty happy. Whew. What, I got like 1 or 2 sets more? I think 1 more set. Yeah. 1 more set. I'll move on to behind the back cable bicep curls with that machine right there. Again, everybody, thanks for stopping in. I know I've seen already a couple people pop in and out. Might not be consistently watching this, but hey, still want to appreciate you guys. Thanks for checking in. Just even seeing those little viewer counts go up and down, that's better than just being at 0. So shows a little bit of interest. I like that. I know I don't expect everybody to sit here and watch my entire workout, but you know, just seeing people get curious on what I'm doing is a little bit motivational for me. So just want to say I appreciate all you guys for supporting me coming in here. You know, trying to get some growth, not just in the gym, that's for sure. That last one wasn't good for him, but I could have stopped it at 9. So that was a little extra rep. Whew. If you notice on that last little fighting rep, instead of just trying to use momentum to get through it, I'll struggle. And if it hits a dead stop, that's it. That's all I got. There's no point in just trying to get all the way through just so mentally I can count that rep. No, it's got to be a clean rep. If it ain't a clean rep, it ain't worth doing. All right. Well, that's that for those two movements. Switch over to some cables over here. Get myself some water too. Here we'll bring you down the hall, or aim the camera down the hallway, so I'm not just off the screen for like, a couple minutes. Whew. Okay, doesn't really matter. I don't need to have that set up perfectly. I'm just getting water anyway. I haven't even turned on my music. I'm just sitting here talking to you guys. Whew. All right. Behind the back cable curls. Here we go. These are some of my favorite too. Normally I bring out a book and I'll bring out a book and I'll write down all my weights, but like I said, I'm just kind of coming in here, getting a nice little decent pump, putting up the live stream, making a little bit more content. All right, let's set this bad boy up. I will be needing this, so I'll keep that here. Looks like I need another handle. There's one. I can always tell when I'm low on carbs for the day because I don't look as full. Well, I look good, but I look decent size, but usually it just kind of makes my arms look a little bit flat when I don't have the carbs in me, and I know I'm a little bit short on them today. See how close I can get. All right, we'll move this bad boy back a little bit more. I like to sit a little bit far forward on the cable curls. Now I can't remember what weight I usually do. We'll just pick a guess. I actually think it's usually less than this because this one I actually do high volume on, like really high volume, like 15 to 20. But I'm gonna go heavier and do less. The whole switch up on this training block is to do heavier weight, less volume, like I was mentioning before. This might be a little much. Yeah, actually, let's go down a little bit more. Actually seems about right, actually. Now that I think about it, I'm usually lighter than this, so. Whew. Oh man. Definitely can see the definition in that. Let's angle this down a little bit more. I don't need to be looking at the ceiling, huh? Man. Whoa. It's actually the first time I've done that. Normally I got this seat down pretty solid on where it is, but hey, now of course that I'm live streaming, gotta make me look a little foolish. It's funny, I can look into the stream every now and again and just kind of check myself out, looking like this little mini monster mogging the camera. I'm not that big. Maybe one day. At my age, I know I'll never be open bodybuilder size, but it'd be nice to see myself around like, 220 lean, maybe even leaner than this at 220. So I'd like good, at least another 20 pounds of tissue. So that'd be good. It'll take me another 4 years to get. But hopefully you guys stick around and kind of hang out and watch that journey, watch that growth. I got plenty of potential coming up, so I already grew a lot this year. I'd have to say probably this year I'd say overall gained maybe 5 pounds of actual muscle tissue around there, give or take a pound or two. I mean, I looked at my transformation video, or my videos from last year, I should say, and looked at where my progress was. And, oh man, even just in the last year, from February to February, I just looked absolutely phenomenal. I mean, well, now I look phenomenal in comparison to before, which before I thought I looked great, but in hindsight, when you look back at yourself, you start to realize and see the progress. Last year I was bigger. Well, in a sense, I got I guess the first time that I actually started doing, enhanced lifting, I guess you could say, I did get up to like 205, but it was like fluffier. Right now I'm like 200 pounds and it's leaner. You can see the striations in my chest and my shoulders and my triceps, and I got veins in my thighs. And last year it was like, I was 205, but I was trying to push weight. I was trying to get myself heavy, and essentially like it was just all water and extra fat just from bloating myself up and eating so much calories. Now this time around, I kind of had a little bit more of a strict diet and was able to kind of carry my weight up in a slower progress, but I was able to keep myself lean at the same time. So I didn't just like shoot up my calories and then just like overdo it and blow up like a big fat balloon. But anyway, pretty happy with where I'm at right now. But you still got that, man, I want more. Whew. Fuck. Oh man, I gotta turn this music on. It actually was on. Get some music up in here. I like it. I've been getting better at side chest. It's not a bad idea to pose in between each set. Check out where you're at. Keep yourself used to it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up this, do the right tricep rope pushdowns, extensions, and bicep curls on these cable curls over here, and then I think that'll be it, for at least for the stream. Whew. Not gonna lie, kind of nerve-wracking. Not being alone, but that's all right. Build my confidence. Oh. I've been getting better at those side tricep poses. I don't know if it's because my arms are getting fuller or I'm finally hitting the spot I'd like to. Get my breath a little bit. Oh man, every time I look in this mirror, I see where my biceps are. I'm like, I can literally see the growth that I've had in the last few months. Never used to feel this or look this full. It's like one will look full and then this one will look tiny. Do one heavy set, call it. Oh. Yeah. I love it. All right. Do some tricep rope pushdowns and extensions. Whew. Already warmed up, so you can go straight to heavy. Finally got the beats on. Gin running How's that doing? Oh yeah. I love ropes. For some reason, these just hit the spot. A little heavier. I'll go to half a stack. Actually, it's a little more than half a stack, but whatever. Get my breath back here a little bit. Do 3 sets of this, 3 sets of extensions, bicep curls, little posing, and that's it. Myself a little more time. So I've had to do dead hangs to let my back decompress. I've had issues with my back recently. Actually, for the last 4 months. Tried pulling 600, pulled something in my back, and it's just been feeling really uncomfortable since, but it's been making progress. Actual injury recovery sucks at my age. Probably had more in me, but oh well. Got a good pump. Gotta catch my breath here. Whew. Exhausting. All right, let's see if we got more than 12 on me. Rating me on this one. No, I don't. Yeah, that's kind of heavy. That's all right, though. Last set, I'll probably get 9 on this one or so. That's my guess. Whew. I feel like sometimes I'm talking to myself. Got to break out of that feel an awkward situation, you know. Gotta feel a little more confident doing this, I'm a little more comfortable. Honestly, having someone here kind of makes it a little better. Gotta get used to it so when the gym's packed, I don't feel so weird. All right. Ah. All right. That felt good. Move this sucker over here. Do those tricep extensions. Gotta get water, be right back. Heavy, but in the right spot. Oh. Man, this is exhausting. But it feels good. I love doing this stuff. It's my favorite thing to do in life. Bodybuild. Take out all your frustrations on life in the gym. Grow mentally and physically as much as you can. Again, thank you everybody who's chiming in to check it out. I appreciate the support. That's heavy. Normally I don't go down on weight in the middle of my working sets, but I'm trying to hit mainly up here, and when I'm going this heavy I don't get good concentration on that part. So last set we'll bring it down a little bit. Have a little bit more of a controlled eccentric. But with overhead extensions, what I'm trying to look for is literally hit the back all the way up here. Tricep push downs when I do turnout. Try to hit right here. Just paying attention to where I can feel it the most. I think that's bigger than anything. Mind-muscle connection and actually feeling where you're doing the work. That's why people stress controlled form very much. Let's see. Whew. You can tell my stomach is getting a little bit hungry. Empty stomach and pre-workout, not good, no bueno. Whew. All right, get this last set in. Ugh. See, even this is heavy. But I got more control. Ooh. Man, I've really been feeling my front delt a lot lately. Which isn't really necessarily a bad thing. All right. Do these overhead bicep curls. Wow. On this stream, it definitely looks a little bit narrowed in. I wonder if my settings changed or something. Let's see, we'll start out with some lightweight here. Do. Do I need handles? Yes. Do. Sometimes I love listening to techno while I'm working out. Sometimes I like listening to Ariana Grande. Sometimes I like listening to rap. Hardly ever rock, but it's got its place. I tell you though, man, those Ariana Grande hits, man, they can get you right in the mood. All that girly pop. Actually, I think I go on 15, not on 14. Let's see. Every time I set this up, I forget the height. Weight's good. Oh yeah, this is light. This will be a nice warm-up. Even though I shouldn't warm up. So I like to treat this exercise like I'm literally trying to do a front double bicep. But I think mainly overall, it's just like all the other movements. The controlled motion through the entire thing, he'll get the most growth. There's just something about being able to control the weight, not at the bottom, but while you're going through it, that just helps tear a little bit more muscle fibers and get the blood flow going. Whew. Yeah, maybe I'll throw in some chest flies before I go. Ah! Ah! Oh. I'm not gonna lie, these are kind of sloppy. Normally I have better control on them, but like I said, I had a nice recovery week. I'm just kind of trying to get a good pump in, get my mind back where it needs to be. Whew. Let's do little pulls down. Let's see here. I have to clip this to my chain somehow. There we go. Oh yeah. You can tell I'm pretty lean. See, I think when I started getting better at the side tricep, I wouldn't go down and get my legs posing right in the right spot. When I get a little bit down closer, it kind of like crunches everything up even on my side tricep, so everything kind of feels tight and compact and looks great. So pretty happy with, I guess, my progress on that pose at least. Every once in a while I don't hit it right. Whew. Whew. One more. Rear. Lat spread. All right. Not half bad for some posing. I think I'm just gonna finish up this last set and call it a stream. I feel pretty satisfied with where I'm at, and all the viewers that came in, thank you. I appreciate it. Your support means the world to me. Whew. All right, last set here. Whew. Just pound through this. See, look at those. Look at that fullness. See, I never had that before. You could tell the peak's coming better. Sometimes I like the partials. Ugh. Ugh. Whew. There we go. Love it. All right. I think that's all I got for today. I just wanted to put up another stream. Everybody, thank you for watching. I do have a video coming up. It's going to be posted tomorrow. Just got to finish it up a little bit. Feel free to watch. Thank you for chiming in. You guys are awesome.